Hello everybody, welcome again to Public Speaking. This is Dr. Watkins, and you are going to, I believe, really enjoy this particular speaking assignment that we will be working on, in which you are going to sell a product or a service. So let's start our workout. First of all, go ahead and pretend that you are going to have to sell either this car or this truck. Now, what I would like for you to do is to go ahead and write down 5 reasons you think someone should buy either this particular car or this particular truck. And you'll notice that I am using American-made vehicles for this particular exercise. So, pause this video for just a moment. Write down your 5 reasons, and then I'm going to show 2 clips in which someone else is promoting these particular vehicles, and I would like for you, when I show those clips, to see which ones of your reasons you are using are close to, if not the same, as what we see in these presentations.
Let's be honest, the 2012 Chevy Camaro SS convertible sells itself every time you pull up to the curb. It's the kind of car that you used to draw pictures of in study hall. The kind you thought GM would never have the guts to build. Well, they built it. And this V8 powered beast has got some serious moves. We've got 5 reasons why you need a Camaro SS of your own. Reason number 1, concept car styling. One look at the Camaro SS convertible, and you know it's all about the sexy sheet metal. Well, metal and fabric to be exact. The Camaro convertible actually looks great even with the power soft top in place. But when you fold the top down, this Chevy takes it to a new level. It's one of the hottest drop tops at any price. Reason number 2, improved interior. People keep squawking about the Camaro's cheap interior, but that horse is officially dead. Check out the new steering wheel, which, unlike the old one, actually works with human hands. And look at the soft dash covering with its exposed stitching, a trick the Camaro learned from the Corvette. Next, vicious V8 power. One thing that's been great from the get-go is the SS model's 6.2-liter V8 engine, cranking out 426 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque, or 400 horsepower and 410 pound-feet with the automatic transmission. It's got strength to spare. Reason number 4, civilized drive. It may have gigantic wheels and tires, but the Camaro 2SS convertible is downright pleasant to drive. We give credit to the car on which the Camaro is based, the dearly departed Pontiac G8. The Camaro tackles fast corners without drama, yet it doesn't beat you up on bad roads. This is one muscle car that's built to be driven every day. Finally, loaded with amenities. The SS model is the fanciest Camaro outside of the exclusive supercharged ZL1, and it's got all the fixings, including leather, Bluetooth, a standard USB port, Boston Acoustics premium audio, and a retro 4-pack auxiliary gauge cluster. This Camaro's ready for the 21st century, and that's an impressive transformation. Dressed to the nines and loaded to the gills, the 2012 Camaro SS convertible is the life of the party. Forget about those study hall pictures you used to draw. Now you can drive the real thing.
Okay, so I'm wondering how many of those sales pitch pointers you selected. Now it's time to work with the truck. Let's check it out.
The Ford F-Series pickup has been the best-selling vehicle in the U.S. for decades. That means most of the time, more people buy a Ford pickup than any other automobile. Thanks to a wide variety of options and configurations, the Ford F-150 remains a dominant player when it comes to full-size pickups. And here are 5 reasons it deserves a spot in your driveway. First, there's the truck's awesome power. Ford's groundbreaking EcoBoost turbocharged V6 has an impressive 365 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. The best part is that all that torque is available at a low RPM, making towing and passing almost effortless. Next, there's the Ford's fuel economy. Even with all that power, the EcoBoost engine combined with two-wheel drive delivers an estimated 16 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway. The Ford F-150 also has serious interior space. This Super Crew is especially roomy front and back. The rear seat has 3 across seating, and there's plenty of hip, head, and leg room. The fourth reason to buy the F-150 is the available upscale interior. The King Ranch version has soft leather seats, chrome ring vents, and classy-looking gauges. It comes off more like a high-end luxury sedan than a Ford pickup. And the fifth reason to buy the Ford F-150 is that it has cutting-edge technology. The navigation package gets you a touchscreen nav system with voice control, 10-gigabyte hard drive for storing your own music, a Sony audio system, plus Sirius satellite radio with real-time traffic information. So there you have it, 5 reasons to buy the Ford F-150. It has an available turbocharged V6 that delivers V8-like performance with V6 fuel economy. Plus, you can order a remarkably plush interior, and there's lots of high-end technology. The Ford F-150 delivers real truck practicality with unexpected luxury, giving you the best of both worlds.
Okay, so I'm wondering at this point how many of us selected many of those particular sales pointers for selling either the car or the truck. Now, right now, I'm going to show a quick clip that tells us what we should really be cautious about, especially to include when it comes to an effective sales pitch or presentation. Let's take a look and see exactly what we're talking about. Whenever we do, here it is.
So what I believe are the 4 elements of a good sales pitch are so critical to the deal. First is a connection to the audience. You have to make that personal, direct connection to the clients and to the individuals that you're talking to about your product. Second is a clear value proposition. You have to understand how your product fits the needs and wants of the customers that you're speaking with. Third is problem-solution matching. You have to understand the features and benefits of your product and how it's going to solve the issues that your client's looking to you to solve. And last is belief in your product. You have to be genuine and authentic that your product is the best one out there and it's going to help your customers in the future. And those are 4 key elements to a good sales pitch.
Okay, so we have actually heard some important pointers about an effective sales pitch, and we are going to sell a product or a service. So just to summarize what we're doing for this particular assignment, you should strive for 3 minutes. I had said in the past 4 minutes, but keeping it at 3 minutes is pretty much a max, because after all, when we're talking about television commercials, we're looking at about 30 seconds. Radio spots, 60 seconds. So people really don't have a lot of time to listen to advertisements. And in many cases, we can make that sales presentation even more effective by packaging what we're presenting within a shorter amount of time. Think about a product or a service you believe in, and you're going to sell that product or service to your virtual audience. Now, I am still using the same assessment rubric for this assignment that I do for any, and definitely we want to continue to apply best practices for what we're doing in terms of webcamming and what I love to call as digital oratory. Let's think about what we're talking about when we define persuasion, because if we're persuading and selling, what we're doing is, quote, the process of creating, reinforcing, or changing people's beliefs or actions. And I take this quote from Gerald R. Miller, who wrote a piece called On Being Persuaded, Some Basic Distinctions. Think about what we're doing whenever we do make that particular sales pitch or presentation. It is amazing, and I'm sure you would agree too, how much advertising comes at us on a daily basis. In fact, check this out. Quote, by age 20, the average American has been exposed to 1 million television commercials, an average of 150 every day, end of quote. Now, I know that we are living even more so in the age with computerization, so I would venture to argue that this is probably just the beginning of the exposure that we have. In fact, I know that's the case because a lot of us do watch advertising and read advertising online as our online presence has increased as compared to television. Well, I know you would agree with me that everyone wants our attention. Just take a look at this list. I wonder, as we reflect, how many of these particular groups or entities you are consciously aware of who are very interested in you, and they want your attention, and in many cases is to make a sale. But even without the exchange of physical dollars, we are talking about people who simply want to move us over to subscribing to a particular idea or product or service. All of us know about the political world. It may be simply to get your vote or to get you to buy into a certain idea. And yes, we do identify with sales from the standpoint of exchange of money. Whenever we are persuading, though, we are in many ways acting as advocates. We're trying to pull our listeners, viewers over to our side. And if many of us are honest, we would say that just one particular sales situation doesn't always do the trick. In fact, the more monumental kinds of decisions we have to make, such as buying the car, I mean, after all, it's a huge investment for most, and it involves financing. And so a lot of people are not just going to necessarily jump at the first offer. And those of us who have worked with the buying and selling of vehicles, even from the customer perspective, you know that it can be a very grueling process. And so let's think in terms of how we are selling, how we are refuting an opponent. Now remember, if we're trying to convince someone that he or she or they should come over to our side, we need to think about the competition. In other words, if we're trying to get a particular group to buy, let's just say, Tide laundry detergent, there are other laundry detergents out there. So why should they buy Tide as opposed to Fab or Gain or one of the other products? Now, on the next video that we're going to have, I'm going to continue this discussion, and I want you to also begin thinking even more so at this point what you feel confident that you can sell effectively through this online sales presentation. So I look forward to seeing you on the next lecture video. This is Dr. Watkins.